What up, y'all? My bad, my bad. I was trying to see what happened with that Burnsville shit. That shit was wild. I seen that shit earlier this morning when it started playing. So, but the suspect is dead. But damn, that shit was wild. What's up, Pika? What's up, SW? I know Mel's still live, so I know he's live about that. Like I said, the Burnsville, Ohio thing going on. And that shit is crazy as hell to me. And then they said SW is paramedics a part of SWAT? Because they said that paramedic was a part of the SWAT team. I don't know. That's how he ended up getting shot. Get out. Get out. Don't give me that look. But y'all kept asking for an update on Tyrese, so here we are. Hold on, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? They do have SWAT medics there, cops there. Ah, got you. That's what I was thinking, but but that's how one of the medics ended up unalive was because of that situation. That shit was, like I said, that shit was wild. I seen that headline this morning. I had sent it to Pika. What's up, Emily? Um, but y'all kept asking me about Tyree and where we're at with that and how's everything going. I don't know if y'all know, but not too long ago, what was it, Pika? Like a week and a half? It wasn't even that long ago. Maybe a week ago? Documents were released. So like 1,000-page investigation. Literally 1,000 pages. It fucking has everything in there. It is literally 1,000 fucking pages of the internal investigation that happened after the Tyree beat. Um, and some of the shit that I've read, I I I have no words for it. I don't. I don't have no words for it. I mean, I know originally a lot of us Memphians, we definitely thought there was a cover up from the jump, and in that investigation, it's looking like that based on certain reports and how they were filled out and how they were filled out incorrectly and how body cam didn't match those said reports. Yeah, it yeah. And then you had a lieutenant sign off on all this shit, say it was approved. No bullshit lie. Lieutenant literally signed off and said excessive of use of force was it was permitted. It was granted basically. And I was like, what the fuck? Right after it happened, yes, a lieutenant had approved it because they have to fill out a form, and I'll get to all of that. Yes, so every time they use of force, they have to fill out a form and all of this shit. And yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So, where we're at, Desmond Mills, one of the original five that got indicted on these charges, he is the one that has flipped. He is the one that has pled guilty, and he is going to testify against the other four. Um, he is in agreement with the federal and state prosecutors, which includes second degree murder and potentially testifying against his former colleagues, basically. They have 15-year prison sentence on the table for him, and he's expected to be sentenced in May of this year. Lieutenant did lose his job, but we'll get there. Um, This year, state also revealed in documents that from the police department, one of the officers, Mr. Haley, we know about him, Demetrius, and if you don't remember him, he's the one that took the pictures. After the beating, he sent it to 5 different people, and he basically did what I said he did originally. He was gloating. He was bragging about that to those 5 people. Yes, he was gloating and bragging about what he did to Tyree. To those 5 people. Now the other 4 that have pled not guilty, which is Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, and Justin Smith. Their charges include second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. 7 officers have been fired total, which includes those 5. Plus, you had another one, which was Adrian Blake, and the lieutenant was busted down, if I'm not mistaken, for signing off on that bullshit. And it was somebody else, and we'll get there though. Um, So that's what they're all charged with right now. In September, DOJ announced they had federal charges in a separate case against the former officers. So not only are they fighting the state and local, they're fighting feds now too, because the feds are involved. They have 2 different trials coming up. In August, they have the state and local trial coming up, and then turn around in September. That's when they go to their federal trials. And they face 2 counts of deprivation of rights under color of law. The grand jury also found them officers guilty of unlawfully assaulting Tyree, refusing to intervene, and failed to provide medical aid. So that's how they got involved. Yes, so fair trial for the same incident. So and that's what's happening a lot here too. That's another thing. Like when you get done beating the state and local, you better pray and fucking hope to God the feds don't pick it up. 9 times out of 10, if they dismiss it, they've sent it upstairs to the feds. But in this case, they have not dismissed local or state charges, and they are taking it to trial. But like I said, the other one has already copped out. He's given statements. Desmond, he done already copped out on everybody. He done pled guilty. He said, "Fuck that! I ain't got time for this life shit." So he done pled out, and he's possibly facing 15 max. And that's what the prosecution has put on the table for him. 15. Now, how that 15 is served, they haven't said. So we don't know if he'll do like 8 and then 8 on papers, or if he'll do the full 16 on papers. We don't know. Gotta love the feds. Like yes, they're using civil rights as a reason to go again. I mean, they needed those charges any goddamn way, though. Hell, shit. Cause I don't have faith. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I don't have faith right now. The 6th officer that they waited damn near 9 months to tell us about, or the other one that showed up a month later, Preston Hemphill. Um, he was also fired, which is the white cop that y'all seen that had originally encountered Tyree. He was fired as well. Um, He was the one that shot the taser and fucked around and tased his partner. That was him, Preston. Yeah, he got fired. Um, MPD also asked 10 top officials, Tennessee's top officials, to prevent Dwayne M. Smith, the lieutenant I was talking about, the supervising police lieutenant, from ever working in LE in the state again. Mr. Smith retired before he could be reprimanded. The only repercussions he would face is being fired. Basically, did this to keep his pension and benefits. So there goes the lieutenant. That's what happened to the lieutenant. But the lieutenant is the one who signed off on the fucking forms for them to do the use of force and saying it was approved. There was no reason why they should be punished because they had every right to use of force, yada yada. They tried to use, as they say, soft tactics to get him to comply, but Tyre was already complying. No, he never caught charges, and he'll never face charges. We gonna get there. We gonna get to, and mods, when we get to the medics, I will let y'all know. Make sure you trigger warning, because some of the shit, it is a trigger warning. Um, yeah, soft tactics, less aggressive force to get him to comply, but he was already complying. So what the fuck are you talking about? It wasn't until y'all started trying to yank him out of the car and y'all not telling him what the fuck is going on that he started panicking. And I'm going to keep repeating this once again. It was on the news. It was literally all over the news a couple of days before, where we had some young guys running around Memphis impersonating officers, pulling you over and robbing your ass. So I would have ran too. Especially if you was plain clothes and all of that shit, I would have ran. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have ran. Two sheriff's deputies that had no business being over there, but was over there, um, because they weren't called to the scene. They were relieved of duty pending investigation, but I do not believe they lost their jobs. Memphis Fire Department also fired two emergency medical workers, Robert Long and Jamichael Sandridge. And we're going to get to Jamichael's statement. His was fucked up. They didn't treat Tyre for 19 minutes when they arrived on scene. 19 fucking minutes. They did not give him help for 19 minutes. Literally. Also, Lieutenant Michelle Whitaker showed up on scene. Gina Sweat, Memphis Fire Chief, said Whitaker never got out the fire truck, which we did see that on camera. We saw that. She never did. She never once got her ass out of that fire truck. Never. Not once. No. The SWAT training was on a different incident. The one this morning I told y'all about. The two officers in the paramedic that got killed in Minnesota. That's the one that was a SWAT and medic. No. Our paramedics here, 9 times out of 10, are employed through the actual fire department. So they have to go through Memphis Fire Department training, but I don't think we have. I'm pretty sure they do, but not in this situation. SWAT wasn't even involved in this. This was all local rogue ass Scorpion unit cops. At least 71 commands was given in a 13-minute span. And every last one of them was fucking contradictory as hell. Get up, get down, put your hands behind your back, put your hands on your head, do this, do that. Like, it was so fucked up how many goddamn commands they gave him. Fuck you want me to do? Play fucking hopscotch? Like, one was a first year trainee and one was a second year trainee. So that lieutenant should have been out there supervising. You absolutely right, but she didn't do her motherfucking job at all. The bitch never got out. So, this is what happened. After they released the thousand page document, and they also released, I believe, 21 more hours of recording from what happened that night. They also have witness statements. We also have statements of why some people failed to act, which I think was bullshit. But no, she was fired. It was the other lieutenant on the MPD side that didn't get fired. He was the one who was able to retire with pension and benefits. No problem. Meanwhile, his folks that he signed off on and said the use of force was okay, they're facing trial. But that's how that fuck shit go down here. I be telling y'all there's a lot of fuck shit in Memphis, man. Y'all gonna learn to listen to me. So, newly released documents from MPD internal investigation show major fucking discrepancies that we were talking about earlier. Lieutenant Dwayne Smith, the one that fucking retired with his pension and benefits, that Nichols was restraining against arrest. He was fucking fighting officers, and this is my first time hearing this one. And Pika, I need you to tell me if you've heard this one yet. He was reaching for their gun. I promise I have not, and I'm in this city. I haven't heard that one yet. I have not heard that one yet. He was reaching for a fucking gun, an officer's gun. That's the story you want to stick with, Lieutenant Dwayne. When it was clearly on fucking video, that man never once reached for that gun. He straight up said, y'all doing too much. He never once reached. Wow, you heard it, but I didn't. I'll be honest, I haven't heard that one yet. Him trying to reach for fucking a gun. I just want to know where on camera did it show that for you to sign off on it, Lieutenant Dwayne Smith. Please give me a goddamn timestamp. Where in that video did he try to reach for a gun? And see, this is why people do not trust MPD. This is why we have a big fear of them. There ain't no fucking bridge and shit between us and MPD. We know it is clearly one side against the other, because you can sit here and be innocent and they still gonna paint you out to be the fucking baddest criminal of goddamn criminals in the fucking world. Like, he had stolen credit cards. He was reaching for a gun. He had shrooms. He had this. He had that. Like, what the fuck else have y'all? Like, because none of that shit was initially in the report. I However, on Preston Hill's body cam, that I guess he just forgot to cut his off, since everybody else, we'll get to that. Body cam showed Tyre complying with commands. Hemphill was also heard speculating that Tyre was hiding drugs in his car. Now, mind you, you pulled him over on a stop saying that he was driving reckless and he was swerving in and out of lanes. But they went through every fucking traffic cam over there, and trust me, there's a lot over there because it's near the fucking airport. They never witnessed a traffic violation. So, what was the reason for the stop? Y'all still haven't came out with a logical ass reason for what the reason for the stop was. What's your RAS? Come on. What is it? What's your RAS? What you got? He was driving reckless. Well, traffic cams say otherwise. So I like what now? He must be hiding drugs in the car. And that's how they get you here on fuck shit like that. That's why we got so many folks down in 201 now sitting here fighting to get out. And they fucking, our court systems is so fucked up. The only reason why this one is going fast is because people is watching it. Now, it's not as many people as I want watching it, but people are watching this case and what happens. And I'm scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared. If they hold that trial in this setting, which I think they are, and they come out with a not guilty verdict, they probably gonna burn this city down. That's the thing. SW, that's a lie. That his own folks came out and said that shit is a lie. Him and the cop, Desmond, the one who took the pictures, or no, Haley. It was Haley, I think. Haley that took the pictures. They were not dating the same girl. The girl didn't even fucking work at FedEx with. Like that was the rumor. They said she worked at FedEx with Tyre. That man's ex-girlfriend, the cops, works at 201. So what the fuck? Somebody started that shit. And see how that shit gets fucked up? That has always been a rumor. His family has dispelled that rumor. Like, that's not true. Like, that is not true at all. There was no mutual girl between him and one of the cops in payback. No. Scorpion unit been doing this fuck shit. They been out here beating folks. Like I said, they beat the shit out of my god brother. They beat the shit out of him. Filed a complaint, it went fucking nowhere. Nowhere. If it wasn't for Tyre, and God forbid, I hate to say that, but if it wasn't for Tyre's death, we would still be getting terrorized by the Scorpion unit. They literally broke a different man's arm. He's suing the state. Like, they been going around terrorizing folks and beating the shit out of folks. This wasn't personal. This was straight up, you ran, I'm beating your ass. That's straight up what it was. And then Preston, dumbass, ended up motherfucking pepper spraying his colleagues. So they were really pissed off then. Now it's really personal. That's how it became personal. Because I'm telling you, I had a lieutenant straight up tell me, you run, you getting your ass beat. It's an automatic ass whooping. Yes, they shut that unit down, but all they did was replace it. Now there's a different unit. People could tell you that there was just a news story on our news not like last week. They're sitting 4 deep at every exit now. They're literally ganging up on folks they pull over. 4 deep between the troopers and MPD. Like, they. Now, true enough, we got a lot of fuck shit going on in this city, too. But my thing is, all you motherfuckers is on the E-way. What about the crime that's going on in the neighborhoods? Yeah, especially that goddamn chief. Because I'm telling y'all, Tyre was in the hospital for a week before that. Man, well, not a week. It was a few days, though, before he passed. And when he passed, that's when, because folks like us was sounding off on that shit, we was like, bruh, did y'all see what the cops did to this man? And they said that, no, the cops didn't do that. Then the damn video, and then the attorney, when Ben Crump got involved, when he got involved, that's when that taping shit was like, oh, MPD had no choice. They had to, like, Ben Crump, and he was gonna eat their ass up alive. Folks may not like Ben, but Ben gonna eat your ass up alive. Ben was the reason why that video was released anyway, because they was not trying to release it. They was not trying to release it to the city. That's the God's the honest truth. They were trying to keep that shit under wraps. She knew what the fuck her officers did. Ben Crump, he's a lawyer, a civil rights lawyer, a very famous civil rights lawyer. And he is very good at what the fuck he does. He's the one that's down there covering the Jackson 15, the 15 bodies that was found behind the prison. He's the one who's heading that case down there. Like, he is a... Folks may not like him and his tactics and how he roll, but when I say that motherfucker can win some cases, he can win some cases now. But I also know the attorneys that the officers have. And I ain't gonna lie to you, one of them, hell yeah, I would hire that motherfucker in a second. Ballin can get you off of murder. He is known for it. But best believe you better have a $5,000 retainer fee, and for every charge you better have another additional $5,000. But Ballin is a motherfucker. That him and his child. Then you got the other one. Damn, what's his name? You got Massey. I can't forget Massey. Massey represents my folk. You got Massey. Massey is another one. His whole fucking family practices. Massey is very well known in Memphis. And yes, he can get you the fuck off of murder too. That's why I said they got the best lawyers defending them. But you also, on this side, you got Ben Crump, which is one of the best civil rights attorneys, defending that. So this trial, folks may want to tune. I do hope, but I know Shelby County whack ass, if they hold it in the Shelby County setting, depending on what judge, they may not let it be televised. Yes, the preacher's wife. If y'all don't know that story, look it up. The preacher's wife. She unalived her husband. Now, she said there was claims of abuse. I'm not saying that there wasn't. I'm not. But some of the shit she said in her story wasn't adding up to me. I'ma just be honest. But then again, I was a teenager. But even back then, that story it wasn't what I believe. She may have been abused, because I know how that life, especially that Christian, and I keep telling y'all, I know that Christianity, that Baptist, like, I know that lifestyle and how some of these people down here in the South think. And if the man ain't running the house, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but the man having complete control over the house, and that's supposedly what she was facing. And he was a preacher. So he was living one way, in front of everybody at the pulpit on Sunday. But behind closed doors, he was supposedly beating the shit out of her. Supposedly. Like I said, I don't know. But what we do know is this girl admitted she shot her husband on stand, and Ballin got her ass off. So that's what we do know about Ballin. She's literally admitted on stand, yep, it was self defense. Not guilty. What? It's like everybody just knew she was gonna be guilty. Everybody. Nope. And that's that case. What really put that, because Ballon was back then. He was just. I mean, he had been practicing, but you didn't know his name too well. But when he did that case, it was over with. That's when everybody Ballon. You in one charge, Ballon. If you can't get Ballon, the next best thing is Massey. Like them two are two of the best in Memphis, and I mean, like I said, I know this. I have family members that do have Massey on retainer. I know folks that have used Ballon and knowing good and damn well they were supposed to serve some years behind some shit they done did, but managed to walk off on 1 and like 2 years on paper type shit. Like I'm telling y'all, they the shit here. But it like whew, statistically, honestly, and it's fucked up, it's gonna be fucked up. And you already know they finally admitted that in the damn one of these folks, it was commercial appeal, it was somebody, they finally admitted we have a fucking police union, like we didn't know that. The police union is paying for it. Yes, they are. Because the police union is standing by them trying to get them their jobs back. Yes. Yes, they are. They're paying for it. Even though that's a huge ass liability. I've been like, nah, pimp. No. No. But yes, they finally admitted that it was the police union that had paid for the lawyers. Because I did read that. And I was like, what the fuck? Y'all finally admitted that shit. I've been knew that shit was here. I've been knew that shit. Because folks be thinking Memphis small and we ain't got shit. No, we got a police union. If we ain't got shit else, we got one of them. Because they gonna cover them. Baby, they gonna cover them. Believe it. Shit is fucking wild. Yes, the city is still backing them. Well, not the city, but the union is. Because the city is trying to distance themselves all the way around from this shit, because the city is also included in that lawsuit. In the lawsuit that Tyree's parents have taken to court. Not this case, not, but the parents have sued the city of Memphis, MPD. Like they are taking every fucking body to court. They about, yeah. The city is included. So they're trying to distance themselves from the shit and trying to basically say, we didn't do this. We didn't hire those cops. No, y'all just the motherfuckers that relax the goddamn rules to just employ anybody. At this point, I could be a motherfucking cop. Just to say you got a body. Like, yeah. We're gonna get there. Hold on. I got some shit because I did not know this. All right, where we at? We read the Lieutenant Dwayne, them trying to grab a gun, and then Preston Hemphill, how his body cam showed otherwise. Didn't, yeah, none of that. They tried to justify their use of force by submitting a response of resistance form, which is RTR form, alleging that they tried to use less aggressive, softer force tactics to subdue Tyre. That blatantly contradicts the body cam footage where they punched, kicked, beat him with a baton, and their reasoning for the beatdown to protect others. That's literally what that fucking report says. To protect others. 5 against 1. 5 against 1. And to protect others. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna shut up. When the officers were reprimanded, majority of us didn't know why, what they got wrote up for. Like, we had none of that. We didn't know. We just knew some of them got wrote up and we knew some of them got fired. Well, the documents from the internal investigation showed that more officers besides the ones that was originally a part of the beatdown was fired from the department. Like we said, it was Preston. And then, because Preston got fired afterwards, he was not included in the original. Then you had Adrian Blakes that showed up, and he was fired. But this one, the documents also show, internal investigation documents also wrote up officers for turning off their cameras or simply just not cutting them on at all, or making it seem like they're covering it up so you can't see what the fuck is going on. But it wasn't a cover up. It wasn't a cover up. Also, the forms that the RTR forms, the response to resistance form, they filled them out wrong. Dumbasses. Some of them wrote up for their behavior from the incident and before Nichols' death. Like Demetrius asked, did y'all know he was a corrections officer? And did you know he had previously been written up for giving out confidential information to an inmate, manhandling a female inmate, and he also called, well, I didn't really give a fuck about this one, but that just goes to show his character. Calling out sick and ain't got no damn documentation. Now, if you know the Shelby County Jail requires you to have documentation that your punk ass was sick, but yeah, and we still hired his punk ass. We still hired this man when it was already shown that he already had issues with use of force and doing bogus ass shit. Ain't no telling what he did with that confidential information that was passed off to somebody else. He could have been sending that to somebody so they could go unalive their mama or some more shit. Like, that's some wild shit, bro. And you still had a fucking job and you were able to get hired by the city of Memphis, Memphis fucking finest, Memphis Police Department. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I knew we lowered standards, but I didn't know we lowered them that fucking bad. Like, I really didn't know that. If he was already an issue, exactly, then y'all chose to put him on the Scorpion unit. They knew exactly what those cops were out here doing because they was doing what the chief wanted them to do. Yes. Hmm. To target areas, high crime areas, out here harassing the fuck out of folks, breaking folks' arms and all type of shit and getting away with it. Hey, not an issue. Like this shit. I guess what the cops didn't bank on though is they had numerous witnesses that was not police, that was not fire or EMTs. These were civilian witnesses. And they one of the witnesses, and it's in a statement in that 1,000-page damn book, they knew when they lifted his arm and it did that immediately, he was gone already. That's what they said in that statement. And they said that couldn't understand why, and it really pissed them off that all these EMT and all of these MPD and sheriff deputies, all of them were just milling about, not had a care in the world. They just doing what the fuck they wanted to do. While he's literally laying stretched the fuck out on the sidewalk. And these EMTs, baby, if I'm not gonna incite violence. Jermichael Sandridge, one of the EMTs who was on the scene, who was the one that got fucking fired, he's fighting back to get his job. He argued that his department policies require him to administer first aid based on the injuries or ailments. But Sanders told investigators that by the time he got there to Tyre, the damage had already been done. From what we gathered on scene, there was nothing I could have done to prevent Tyre's death. That's exactly what he said. No, it's not in that. Autopsy is separate. The private that was on scene, Robert Long, he was also investigated for his actions and was fired. He was the other one. Long was accused of abandoning Nichols. Like, he didn't render any fucking aid. And check this shit out. Long excuse was that he went to find out more info on Tyre because the only info he received was from officers that Tyre was a runaway suspect. That's their excuse for not rendering aid. They were trying to get more information so they could render aid. What? Make that shit make sense. First of all, if y'all had already lied, let's go ahead and get that understood because y'all had originally said it was a pepper spray call. That's what y'all called for. Let's get that understood. That was the original statement that y'all had made. It was a pepper, because I remember the headlines very well. I'm not slow. You sat here and said it was a pepper spray. Then you get to the scene. You don't render aid for 19 fucking minutes because you chasing around police trying to get out more info. Because the EMT literally lifted his arm and then dropped it. And like when Tyre just went limp, like literally, well, there's no point in rendering aid because he already gone. What the fuck? What? And you want your job back? No, fuck out of here. Fuck you. Fuck that horse you rode in on. Motherfucker, I wouldn't want you treat me with a goddamn wooden handle stick. I don't. Like, get the fuck out of here. No. If you ever got caught in my house, nope, nope. I'd rather fucking die before I let you touch me. Because hell, I'm probably gonna die any motherfucking way depending on you. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Did you not think that shit through in the goddamn when you sat here? Well, there was nothing I could do. He was already gone. Ain't that a doctor's job to call that? Ain't you supposed to render aid regardless? You literally lift his arm. Boop. There's no point, y'all. Let's go pack it up. Lieutenant, you ain't even got to get out the motherfucking truck. But Robert, you walked around for 20 minutes trying to get more info on Tyre. What? Like, something you didn't even fucking try. We have it on camera. You didn't fucking try, regardless if they can call it or not. I don't know about that in Tennessee, honestly. SW, I don't know here in Tennessee. I'd have to look into that. Damn, you fucked me up with that. Like, we got it on camera, bro. You didn't even fucking get out. The lieutenant didn't even get out. You got Robert running around here chasing the cops, trying to get more info on Tyre. Then you had Sandridge, Jermichael, him. There was nothing I could do. He was already gone. You didn't even try for 19 minutes. What the fuck? To me, and this is me, and I know some people, your ass need to be right there with the police. Fuck being fired. Your ass need to be right there, Jermichael. Your ass and your stank ass lieutenant, her punk ass Michelle, that one, that bitch, she need to be right there with you. Because you immediately took MPD word over any fucking patient. You didn't even fucking try. Fuck all that friendly shit. Well, we fired them. Fuck that. Why they not on trial with straight along with the officers? Because they didn't partake in the original beating? Well, shit, what did they do after the beating to save them? But that's just me. That's just how I feel. That shit was some fuck shit, straight up. You did not get out the truck. You sitting here, there's nothing I could, looking like, where's George looking ass? Like, But y'all the paramedics. SW, because you in here, I'm going to stay respectful because I'm about to call them something. Baby, but I know you're a former paramedic and I don't want to disrespect you. So I almost said something about them whack ass paramedics we got though. Oh, shit. mm, Oh yeah, I forgot about Jesse Guy. Jesse Guy, he didn't do his shit either. He was one of the other paramedics. He didn't do shit either. Jesse stood there looking around, looking like, where did he go? Where did he go, George? Where? Huh? He was looking like one of them. Like it was sad what the fuck they did. It was sad. And because every last person that was on that scene, and I'm so glad that the witnesses stepped up to give a statement and let it be known, like, hell no, they stood around, every last one of them. Yeah, I'm glad it was figured out that police was sitting here cutting off body cams and turning them around and doing all of this shit. We were saying cover up. And people, no, they ain't cover. They knew for days that man was brain dead. You had everybody out there, SW. You had EMTs, you had firefighter paramedics, you had the firefighters out there, like you had sheriff out there, you had MPD out there, you had lieutenants out, like there was a everybody damn near out there. The only motherfucker that wasn't out there was the motherfucking chief. And that bitch can go. We did not want that bitch. I'ma keep saying this, and I don't like that bitch. Never have and never motherfucking will. I kept trying to tell folks, y'all don't know what that bitch about. Do your research. That's why I be telling folks before you sit here and just say yay to somebody, you might want to do your research. And I'ma leave it at that. We didn't want that bitch. The city council voted her in. We didn't want her. We felt like we had other qualified people that could have did the job. We did not want her. And that's why that bitch is fighting for her job this year, because that first go around with the city council, the motherfuckers heard us loud and clear. We don't want that bitch no more. What part of this y'all don't understand? She just knew she was finna go through free and clear. She just knew she was finna get a unanimous vote back on the MPD as head chief. She just knew it. My city council said, nope. Nah, fuck out of here. Not this year. Not this go around. Mm-mm. Paul Young over there looking stupid as hell. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, nigga, do your job. You the new mayor. Do your job now. Go look for one. Do your damn job and go look for a police chief now. A good one. No, every last, yes, they all gonna have a pass. Cause let's just be 100. There is a thin blue line between us civilians and them. There always will be. Understand that. Do I hate police? No. I mean, I don't wish death on them or nothing like that. But god damn, y'all, y'all have shown us over and over again how y'all can't make conscious and wise decisions in the actions that y'all show us. We hear about police bullet, like it's. I know some of y'all have seen this. It's been going around. I seen it like a week ago though, before it really made headlines. Headlines about the cop that swore up and down his punk ass was shot, but it was a fucking acorn falling on the truck. Talking about my legs went numb. What? Y'all literally lit the police cruiser up, and luckily the young man survived. Cause your stupid ass sergeant fell right into, I don't know if you delusional or what. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it like. This man literally sat here, started shooting. I'm shot. It's shots fired. Shot fired. I'm shot. I'm shot. My legs went numb. He literally said that shit. I want y'all to go find that video. It's everywhere on YouTube now. Because the police department can't hide that one. They can't hide that one. They tried. I think that shit happened back in like 2020, 2021 or some shit. And it's just now coming out. But the girl had called a domestic dispute. Basically, the boyfriend had took her car. She wanted her car back. She was like, I'm tired of this toxic relationship. You know how it goes. Yeah, they were young. Let me put that full disclaimer out there. We were talking about kids. They were young. He comes walking up and the police put him in custody. Where's the car? Can I talk to her? Where's the car? Can I talk to her? Nope. Put him in cuffs. So, and I get that. I understand that, especially when you come to a DV situation and she's sitting here crying and yada yada. So they get there and they put him in the squad car. It's not funny. They put him in the squad car. Okay. The cop, the one who swore up and down he got shot, he's walking past, and what happened? You could literally hear it. It's a little ting. An acorn falls out of the tree, hits him on his vest, and it like hit the truck. Because you'll hear a little ting in the video. The motherfucker dove down. I'm shot, I'm hit. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. This motherfucker is shimmying across the street like he really been shot. Yeah, that's why I say this motherfucker gotta be delusional. Cause he shimmies across the street like he really been shot. Okay? He shimmies behind a car in one of the neighbors' yards. His sergeant comes out. Are you okay? I don't know. So she gets on radio. Shots fired. Shots fired. This is after they done lit that motherfucking truck up. They emptied the clip on him. Okay. SWAT gets there. Well, I don't even know if it was SWAT. It was some other cops that get there. Okay. He's like, where am I shot at? I know I'm shot. Where am I shot at? They looking at his vest. They're like, bro, we don't see anything. Here, just sit down. Just sit down. No, I know I'm shot. My legs went numb. If it wasn't, I don't know what that boy had an angel. I don't know. I don't know what he did. But he luckily survived. They literally, each cop literally emptied the clip, and that may have been 13 and 1, so 14 rounds each, 28 bullets you're dodging. Now, true enough, it is a cop car, so he may have been protected through the plexiglass and all that plastic and shit. I don't know, but he survived. But I do know they got a major fucking lawsuit because that's why that video got released. They've been fighting for a while to get that video released. And they finally got it released, and yeah. That's like fucking delusional. When he shimmied across that fucking street, because you could see it on the sergeant's body cam. And she's like, you okay? And once again, do you know he was able to quit before he got fired? I believe, and Pika, correct me if I'm wrong. Did he quit before he got fired, or did he get fired first? That's why I be like, bro, like, y'all be talking about weed make you do all this shit. Since when, motherfucker? Because all I do is eat. Now, if I'm mad as hell, it'll calm me the fuck down. But all I want to do is eat and chill. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, since when does weed make you go on goddamn? We've been trying to tell you, SW girl, we trying to tell you this city is fucked up. Like, they have lowered the standards for everything. They have lowered the standards for cops. They have lowered the standards for EMT. They have somewhat lowered the standards for Memphis Fire Department because they do not have enough people on the force. So, and then not only that, they had redesigned the pay and did a complete different pay structure, which caused what they call, and you can look it up, it was the mass resign of Memphis. What ended up happening was all the good cops that was like good and fucked with the communities, like the ones that folks knew and could call them by their first name and throw footballs with them and shit. Those folks, they fucking quit when they did the pay. Because basically they were taking a pay cut. Major pay cut. So all the police that had tenure and that was really, they said, deuces, fuck y'all, we out of here. And went to Shelby County Sheriff's Office or somewhere around, that like they lowered the standards for everything because when they did that pay restructure for what basically city and state employees would get paid, a lot of people fucking quit. And it was a lot of the good people. So they ended up turning into sheriffs, or they went to DeSoto or Olive Branch. Like it was a mass resign when they did that pay restructure because we were so in. That was the fucked up, and they still do. Memphis PD gets majority of our budget. You can look it up. What the fuck is going to? Your guess is just as good as mine, because I don't know. I don't know. Oh, well, you can go to technical college. Like, I can go to Southwest and do the fast track program and I can be a paramedic in 3 to 6 months. That's no lie. I can literally go to Southwest Community College that's right down the street from me because I'm by the Macon campus, the main campus here in Memphis, and go sign up and give them $3,500 so I can, and then basically fast track paramedic program, and I can be a paramedic in 3 to 6 months. Yes, that's exactly. And it's fucked up because I got free. I mean, I got people everywhere. I got people in the streets, people business wise. That's why I be telling y'all I know how to code switch like a motherfucker because I was raised in South Memphis, but you can't take the South Memphis out of me. Okay? I know bullshit when I see it. I know when motherfuckers trying to pull some bullshit. I call you on your fuck shit. Like, oh, Pika, he did it again. I forgot to tell you that. That was the reason why I was late. Yeah, he's out there. I called him and told him, I said, well, if you want to try to snatch it. But that's all right. I'm calling his boss in the morning. He finna hate me. Because I'm finna call Dwayne, too. I mean, not Dwayne, Mike, the owner of the unit, because you not finna play with me in my face. You damn sure not finna do that. So, we finna play that game if you want to play. Um, I got sidetracked. Sorry, y'all. Dealing with an asshole. It's simple. Don't fucking park in the fire lane because that 5 to 10 minutes we gotta wait on you to fucking move your vehicle if we have a fucking emergency could be crucial. Those 5 to 10 minutes could depend on life and like person's life or death situation, and you want to be a dickhead and park in the turnaround. So yeah, and you're doing it in a company vehicle, which is even better because now your boss got to come get the motherfucker if I get you. Play pussy. Yet, you know what? But I digress. Anyway, done being petty. But so the trials for the original, well, it's gonna be four. Um, because what you call it? He's already, like I said, he pled guilty, and the prosecutor is trying to do 15 on him. And I doubt he'll get 15. I'm just gonna be honest, especially with him flipping. I don't think he's gonna get 15, but that's just me personally. Desmond ass, he's the one that flipped on everybody. He's the one who's willing to testify against his colleagues and basically, so he could save himself. I was surprised there was not others that try, do the same thing, because Demetrius ass, that's the one. That's the one that really needs to, like, I mean, all of them need jail time, but Demetrius, that motherfucker there, that's the one that needs to face some real time. That's the one that sent all them pictures to people. He sent them to 5 folks, gloating, bragging. Look what I did, yeah. I can do it legally, yeah. Yeah. Him, that motherfucker should never see the light of day again, but that's just me. And I know the court system's not going to agree with me, because they're going to go by sentencing guidelines. But when do you motherfuckers ever go when it's a... Never mind. Never mind. Any other time y'all don't go by sentencing guidelines, especially not lately. Y'all been handing out 25 to life lately. Not saying some of them don't deserve it, but damn. Tadarius, Demetrius, Emmett, and Justin, those are the four that's... And like I told you, they tried to get it separated. They were all trying to do it separated. And they was like, hell no, y'all did it together. You gonna sit here and do this trial together. Fuck you mean. But yes, they have two trials. They have the state and local level coming up in August, and then they have the feds coming right behind their ass and coming up in September. So we're gonna, and like I said, with Shelby County, it's a toss up. You may get televised, you may not. It just really depends on the judge, their mood, what they willing to deal with, what they not willing to deal with. I'm not saying our reporters, because I've never really seen our reporters here be disrespectful, but except Andy. Now Andy was coming to your house. Andy was a motherfucker, man. That's why Andy was called Andy Wise. Andy was a motherfucker, but he was the only one that would call this shit out too, though. But it's gonna depend on the judge. I really hope it's televised, because I do want to see it. I want to see this shit. I want to see. I want to see if they're gonna do right by Tyree, or if it's just gonna be another slap on the fucking wrist. Here's 2 years. You do a year, and then you walk down the rest. Like, because I know how this court system plays down here. I know that shit all too well, unfortunately. And they, depending on the jury that they get, it might go in, it could. I'm not saying it would, but it could, depending on the jury. I said that earlier, Running Bear, and I'm scared, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared, because if that jury does not convict these officers, y'all think L.A. Watts was bad? They will burn this fucking city down. They will fucking riot, loot, tear up every fucking thing. Anything attached to a white man or anything like that, they will tear that shit the for hell. They'll tear it all down. They'll tell grandma's shop, and she can be your complexion. They gonna tear all of that shit down. Yes, it's in Memphis. And I know people haven't seen that come out of this city, but what y'all fail to understand in this city, the demographics here, even though it's still old white money in this city, and I'm not being saying that to be racist, like I'm half white, y'all. So you still got a lot of old money in this city, but the minority is the majority here now. That's why I'm scared because if that trial does not go the way it needs to go, if any of them cops come out not guilty, and that's enough. Like, yes, they're gonna clown. And here's the thing: what a lot of people don't realize. I don't know if like y'all have heard me talk about it before. These youngins out here, I call them youngins. I'm not gonna disrespect them or anything like that. Hell, I was their age once, and I was doing the same stupid ass shit. These youngins are different. And when I say different, I mean different. Some of them will tear and loot just to steal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of them are gonna do it just to steal, just so they can come up on a quick dollar. Then you're gonna have the ones that actually do it and doing it because they straight up don't give a fuck. Then you got the ones that know what they doing, but because they young, they really, really, really don't give a fuck. And when those three sets combine, what you think happens? Exactly, they have nothing to lose. What, 10 years max? And I'm 18. Shit, I'll be out in 28. I'm good. I still got plenty of life to live. And that's the mentality we have here. And I know y'all, some of y'all don't understand that, but that's the mentality we have here. Shit, if I gotta do walk down 10, shit, I'm 18, I'm coming out, I'm gonna be 28, so I still got plenty of time to do fuck shit. That's the mentality here. Not realizing, baby, at 18, all it takes is you killing one innocent child or one innocent person that didn't have shit to do with your street beefs, and you looking at life. That's when that reality sets in. And when mama's sitting in the back crying and shit, and she trying to figure out why her baby boy ain't coming home, look at the mentality he had, baby. He thought he had plenty of time to do his fuck shit. That fuck shit caught up to him. And unfortunately, when that shit comes together and that shit starts playing, and then not only that, we're gonna have people coming in out of like I already see it. You might have protesters while the damn the trial is going on. Cause I just got a feeling folks is gonna come show up for that trial. Hell yeah, I feared the fuck out of my daddy. My mama not so much, but my daddy, mm-mm. That motherfucker damn near. I mean, I'm not being funny. That I mean, he. He got one foot on earth and one foot damn near down there. Well, I ain't gonna say down there, but he ain't doing well. And I still fear that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna, like, Atlanta. Y'all know how many times we got to Atlanta? Like, it's gonna be bad. And you really gonna have some crash out dummies out here that ain't gonna give a fuck about what's coming to them. Mm-hmm. Well, my grandma was petty. My grandma, all right, come in with a little switch if you bad. Now you gotta go get 15 more of them bitches. She finna soak them in water and then braid them. You know how bad that shit hurt? Goddamn whelps and scratches all across my goddamn legs and ass. That shit hurted so bad, bruh. And grandma used to tear my motherfucking ass up with them goddamn switches. I ain't. Hell no. I remember one time I threw a fit. I was I was little. I remember this memory so vivid though. It was like yesterday. I probably because I remember that ass whooping. But I didn't want, for some reason, I didn't want to stay at grandma's house that weekend. I wanted to be at my house, okay? So daddy dropping me off per usual. Yeah, he was one of them dads. When mama was at work, he wasn't watching us. Fuck that. He dropping your ass off at grandma's and he finna go do what the fuck he wanna do. Literally. And I didn't want to stay. So I had a temper tantrum and I threw my sucker. Well, my grandma had these porcelain dogs that sit on the table. And I had the big suckers, y'all know the what's them bitches called? The with the bubble gums in them. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about. I chunked that motherfucker. Why did it hit the dog ear? The dog ear fell and my heart stopped because I knew at that moment that I fucked up. Like, I'm pretty sure I was white as a fucking sheet. And my daddy said, I'm about to whoop your ass. And she said, no, don't you worry about it, son. I got it. She tore my ass up. It felt like fucking eternity. Now it may have been only a minute, but to me, it was fucking eternity. Okay, I after that I have no more tension. No, I didn't fuck around with my granny, man. I didn't. I didn't play with my granny. My granny would beat my like my. Let me. My granny was so motherfucking OG. This is no lie. We sitting outside. We stayed over there. Like she stayed over there on Kyle Street. If you know where Kyle Street at, then you know I'm right across the street from Glenview Park. Now Glenview Park, it was cool. It was back then. It was cool. I mean, yeah, you had your one-off crackheads and shit, but like every weekend, the dude would be out there playing softball and shit, cause they would have softball tourneys out there at Glenview, baseball, all type of shit. It was cool. We were sitting on the porch one day, and I seen this motherfucker riding a bike. I bullshit you not. You heard somebody like chasing him. He was on a bicycle, like a pedal bicycle, like, and all of a sudden you just see him turn around and start firing shots. Fire, 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 fire. I said, Grandma, get down, they shooting. She said, child, he ain't worried about me. He worried about them folks at the stove. Grandma sat there and watched that man go down the street on the bike and shoot somebody. He didn't shoot nobody, but because he was literally just shooting to fucking. Now, he could have, dumbass, but Granny was OG, man. She wasn't. They don't. I know, Mama, hush. They don't. They and hell, some of them straight up just don't care about rights and privileges. They feel that like a lot of them are entitled little assholes, and that's the crazy thing to me. Like, how the fuck are you this fucking entitled? Like, I was seeing videos of these folks, crying because they're not making 100K, 200K a year. Baby, have you put in any work in the workforce? Any experience for you to be acting like you need that much money? They're trying to change their running bear. They done sent it to the governor. Certain counties in Tennessee, they're trying to rescind the open carry law because ever since they've done that, crime has significantly jumped. So now they're trying to rescind that law, and they're only doing it in, like I said, in certain counties. They're not going to do it all over Tennessee. They're going to do it over pretty much Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, and Memphis. That's the four counties and cities that they're targeting, because ever since those gun laws has passed, that's crime has literally doubled. That's why we're murder capital. That's why we're robbery capital. That's why we're everything capital. Unfortunately, we're even capital in you catching AIDS. Yeah, yeah, gotta love that one. You were in any other city, you were 25% more likely to catch a STD or AIDS in this county than anywhere else in the U.S. So does that tell you the type of shit we got going on in Memphis? It depends. Cape, honestly, it depends on what areas you go to. Do not fucking stay at Elvis Presley Graceland. Do not fucking stay out there, because what folks don't tell y'all, yeah, the outside look all nice and shit. But Elvis Presley is literally the fucking hood now. Don't stay over there. Don't stay nowhere near the airport, because it's nothing but a hoe track. Period. Don't stay in East Memphis. You definitely gonna get shot out there. Now, where I can recommend you staying, Germantown, Bartlett, um, Cordova, somewhat certain areas of Cordova. Really shit. Go to Lakeland, Arlington. Go out that way. Like Wolf Chase, go out that way. You're more safer. And yes, a little bit of a drive to get where you need to go. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Hell no, you better not turn in those neighborhoods to get to Graceland either, because them motherfuckers, you can be sit at the stop sign. Tap, tap, tap. Motherfucker got a gun pointed at you, talking about get out your car. Real shit. That shit happened not too long ago. Old dude, they robbed the old dude of his car, and I was like, bro, why you didn't run their asses over? Because I would have punched that gas. Bitch, film. You get the fuck on. I'm running over toes, feet, all of that shit. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Because you think you... No. Fuck that. Hell no. You gonna tell me get out my car. Bitch. Vion. Hell no. 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 Then again, I'm too... Nah, hell no. I'm too smart for this shit. I don't get caught up in shit like that. I can't. I'm not going to. No. I be very conscious of where I'm at. And I'm not saying I'm scared, because I can go any goddamn where. I be sitting in the middle of goddamn South Memphis, North Memphis. I used to be in the worst goddamn part of North Memphis, over there on the Cove. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what's up. Like at Hyde Park, all of that shit. I used to really be out there, but I had to learn, man. All my friends is either dead, in jail, or just getting out of jail, and they in their 30s, early 40s. That shit ain't it. But that's what the fuck is going on here. But yes, I if that trial does not go the way it needs to go, I'm very scared that this city is gonna get burnt down to the fucking ground. If they don't burn all of it, they damn. I know the first place they're gonna target the tourist side of Memphis, which is Beale Street, downtown. Man, if they tear up that goddamn forum, ooh baby. Whew. Yeah, I just got that feeling it's gonna be bad as shit if we don't get justice. Like, and they better come up with the right goddamn verdict. I know that, and I'm not trying to sway nobody. Whoever's on gonna be picked for jury duty. I'm not trying to sway you. I'm just saying you better pick up the right goddamn verdict because baby, half of Memphis depended on that goddamn verdict. Because some of us live realistically. We know what could happen. Like if something is not done, I already know. I got so many friends downtown. That's why I'm like, bruh, I don't think they stupid enough though to go to the forum because the forum got so many goddamn cameras all across that motherfucker. But then again, so did the bridge, and they managed to shut that motherfucker down not too long ago. Yes, he was a good kid, and he didn't deserve that. I'm sorry, a traffic stop does not equal a death sentence, and I don't give a fuck who you are. What I've seen them take in the Billy badasses of murderers in custody without a goddamn incident, but somehow. And I'm gonna keep reiterating this for the folks that reiterating this for the folks that don't know Memphis news and shit like that. It was being reported a week before or a few days before. I have to go back and find the date that men were running around here impersonating officers, pulling them over and robbing them. So when you pull him over, he's complying originally. Then all of a sudden, you try to snatch him out the fucking car. What you think gonna happen? You think I'm just gonna let you snatch me out the car and I really don't know if you fucking police because you went unmarked, undercover, dressed plain clothes, and all I see is a badge? Up running, but they just did the Parchment documentary. But we've talked about that before. Like Mississippi jails ain't nice either. Shit, like I can't say nothing though because they dying up here in 201 too. That's why the DOJ is here right now investigating between 201 and the penal farm. Oh, the DOJ is having fucking fun. Okay. And not only do they got the 201 penal farm, then you got an investigation going on with our judges because our goddamn court system is so goddamn far behind on court cases. They're trying to figure out why. Because judges are not keeping the goddamn schedule in the courtroom, but I digress. Then you got, of course, the Tyrese shit going on. Then you go a little bit further on down south to Jackson. Then you got the 15 bodies down there that just miraculously appeared out of fucking nowhere. That these families been asking for fucking years, and y'all acting like y'all don't know where these folks' loved ones is at. Then how you, I'm not even gonna go there because this one ain't even about that. That story there has pissed me all the fucked way off though. Jackson, y'all wrong for this shit. Y'all so wrong for that shit. Y'all some foul motherfuckers down there. Y'all looking these folks and they got they fucking parents and sit here saying, I don't know where he at. You know good and damn well he behind that goddamn prison. Not even in a fucking coffin. You got him in a fucking body bag. You know where the fuck he at. Ain't no name on the goddamn cross, none of that. It's just identified by a number. And we gotta pray to God, hope y'all motherfuckers put the bodies in the right graves. Because that's the only way they can identify them. They literally have to do DNA testing to confirm if that's who they are. But this ain't nothing new. Jackson been going around doing bogus shit for a while. Yeah, they did the same pull, the same shit. Another Tyree. What is it? Oh man, I don't want to fuck up his running bear. You probably remember. Who's the one that got killed by Jackson police? Damn near literally the same goddamn thing as Tyree. What God, Rabbit covered him too, and I can't remember his name now. That's fucking I'm gonna have to do some research on him. I'm gonna have to come live on him. That's fucked up. I don't remember his name. I try to remember, but a lot of these cases, it's like I don't write it down and take notes and stuff. A lot of these cases, I'll fucking forget because it's so many. Damn, what is that boy name? But they pretty much did him the same fucking way down there in Jackson. Like they killed him. And then they made excuses as to why they killed him and justified it basically and said, fuck y'all. I believe his parents is also suing Jackson PD. That like is that's and the reason why I brought that case up is because like Jackson is the same fucking thing as Memphis. The only thing different, Jackson is more predominantly black than fucking Memphis is. And that's the shit they gotta deal with down there. Like that shit is wild. They got more of a like hell the Mexican dude. If we got like I remember the Mexican dude they killed. Serving the goddamn warrant at the wrong house and fucked around and killed the Mexican dude. His family tried to sue, went nowhere. Like it's a lot of like, and the reason, cause I like it's literally like hop, skip, jump, and then like with MPD and DeSoto being like this, and then South Haven, Olive Branch, all of them, like them niggas is like this. You can leave one state line and go to the next. Your ass getting locked up. Yeah, it really is. I just not too long ago I was watching one. I can't remember if it was DeSoto Jackson, and it was a police encounter, and I seen one of the motherfuckers like take their squad car airborne, tore up some shit. You hear me? They didn't fault him. I'm like, what kind of shit is this, bro? But it's a lot of fucked up shit going on, and the only way we can change it is by staying on their ass and letting them know that hey, we haven't forgot. We haven't forgot about Tyree. We haven't forgot about those 15 bodies. We haven't forgot about this. We haven't forgot about that. Like, no. You're going to have to give some type of justice. So, but I pray they come to the right decision because, like I said, I don't think Dexter Wade was his name. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up when I get off of here though, cause I gotta get off here anyway. I gotta feed the babies. It's about time for me to go ahead and get them knocked out. Yeah, cause I'm not a government employee and I don't work for a bank. I gotta go to work tomorrow. So, so with that being said, I appreciate Running Bear. We got some time though. We got till August. Like, it's already crazy shit going on in this city. Like, I can only pray for it and the folks in this city. That's all I can do at this point. I like I don't know what the solution is anymore. I don't. I used to think it was so easy to fix, but it's really not. It's not. It's not because this problem is so complex and so deeply rooted. It takes years to undo decades and centuries years of trauma. But y'all have a good night. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and be careful out here, please. Make sure y'all hit that like button and peace.